Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Retail, Regulation and Resilience, the legal mind of Renuka Shastry. She is currently head of legal Reliance Retail. And let's introduce Renuka. From the corridor of Amazon and Intel to leading the legal function of one of India's largest retail conglomerates, Renuka has redefined what it means to be a legal leader in high stakes, high scale environments. Renuka is a gold medalist lawyer, seasoned company secretary, and tech law expert. Her journey of 2 decades through startups, multinationals, and mega corporate structures. She unpacks her playbook for strategic legal operations, how she's seen tech and compliance evolve hand in hand, and why integrity and adaptability remain her biggest tools no matter the scale. From M&As and data privacy to women in leadership, and the future of retail law. This will be a candid masterclass from a woman who's seen it all and helped build it better and will understand Renuka as a person also. So, welcome, Renuka, to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So, let me explain you. There will be 3 rounds: professional, personal, and a surprise rapid fire round where you will be in the hot seat and you have to be witty, fun, and quick, and you'll get to win this Legal AI
Oh, great.
101. So there are a lot of tools which you and your team we will work together to implement.
I am very bad at being witty, but I'll try my best, Amir.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay. So friend, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startup SMEs, world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solution. So my first question, Renuka, how has your journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments?
Uh, Amir, I think I have been very, very blessed uh, in the career journey for sure. Basically, because I started with a practicing company secretary and a lawyer, and then moved to a startup, saw the struggle of a startup, and saw how important it is and how close the projects are to their hearts of the founders, and then saw the mindset and the mental model of the investors being having worked for the VC. And then came the corporate life, where the lenses which are used to view the problem statements and the risk assessment and what is the right approach to be adopted. These are all the pointers that comes to my mind whenever I'm talking about my journey. And these are all the defining moments, because whenever I have a problem statement to solve, these are all part of the concoction that is created in my mind. How do I enable the business at the same given point of time? How do I keep the things on the right side of the things? At the same point, what is it that I can do to partner and not just an enabler? So that those are the defining moments for me when it comes to my career.
Wow. So let's dive deep in conversation, Renuka. You have led legal teams across startups and corporates. What's your philosophy on building legal teams that work efficiently and ethically?
I think the last word is a bit of a tricky one that you wanted to ask. Um, See, for me, when I look for the legal team members to be part of my team, one is the legal degree, which is definitely the criteria. But the next aspect that I normally look forward for is the common sense and the logical thinking approach. If these three combinations are there, and the willingness to learn, they become great lawyers, and they just don't become enablers, and they become partners. See, I constantly use this word partner is
Mm.
is something that the legal will have to be viewed as instead of enablers. And that's the transition I really want to see in the legal professionals.
Wow, beautiful. So, Renuka, you have worked across multiple industries: tech, e commerce, retail, investments. How do you recalibrate your legal approach when transitioning between sectors?
Every organization has got its own DNA, and it
Yeah.
has got its own methods of working. What I have done in whenever I have transitioned is I have tried understanding what is the DNA of the organization, how have they been operating, and what is my learning in my previous organizations, and what are the good things that I can bring on here, and how can I enable those particular good points to be adopted here at the same given point of time, not trying to change something. you know Change is good, but you should not go in for the change at the very start of your journey in any organization. If you don't understand what is existing or what is there in existence for the past, from the past, that's a challenging moment. You're unnecessarily calling for the trust related issues. What's happening? Why are these particular changes coming in? So that's what I have adopted, and it has really worked because I respect what has been there, and then probably I'm doing value addition so that that is respected as well.
Wow.
So that's how the transition
Wow.
happens.
Beautiful. So, in your experience, Renuka, how critical is cross functional collaboration with tech, product, operation teams in building a proactive legal function?
Very, very, very important. I think if you are, as a legal person, majority of the time, legal is considered as a blocker, or legal is considered as someone who is going to approve or disapprove. That is not how the legal function is supposed to be viewed. And for us to change that particular perspective, I have always gone to the stakeholder seat, and I have had my conversations trying to understand what is their problem statement, what are they trying to achieve. Sometimes, there is always this jokes coming around. Sales team is asking us to draft something, but then we are, sitting the overnight. We are drafting something and we are churning out the drafts. But at the same given point of time, it is also our responsibility to be engaging with the stakeholders at the very beginning, and also explain to them and engage with them at the very early stage of the projects, so that they rely on us saying that maybe we need to let the legal partners know, and that's where the partnering starts. So stakeholder management does not just come from ops, does not just come from this other teams that you mentioned, but there is stakeholder management with tax teams, there is stakeholder management with compliance teams, and so many other teams who are there. And organization do have those bifurcation, right? So end to end, you need to know who you're working with and who you're working for. That makes life easy.
Yeah. So, Renuka, with the experience at Amazon, Intel, and others, how do you see tech and law intersecting today, especially in the retail space?
See, I have seen tech in law long time back during my Intel times itself, because we used to use tech for contracts. Similar case went for Amazon because Amazon adopted tech. Um, Retail is a bit of a different industry. And when you talk about retail, it is not just about legal, but otherwise, where are the overlap of tech that is happening? Because there is lot more related to data, and then you are trying to assess what is the data impact. There is a lot more happening on with respect to how the processing is happening, how the interconnectivity is there, what are the IPs that are involved with the various technologies that are used. There is quite a lot of what do you call it as future for tech in retail also, but there is quite a lot of tech that has developed in retail also.
Wow. So, Renuka, what is the approach to handling legal compliance at large organizations?
My approach is I normally break up the problem statement. I normally break up what is the function really requires, instead of holistically looking at it. Because if you break up and then you join the puzzle back, then there is a larger picture that you're going to get, right? So I normally break up the issues into smaller aspects, attend to it, and then rejoin back, and that will make that we keep you efficient also. And hence, frankly, that's how the team also operates, and that's how the team has been structured by me also, to say this is the expertise, and this team is, while it's having a specific expertise, for example data privacy, for example compliance advisory, or public policy advisory, they all coordinate with each other and they come back saying that this is the solution to this particular issue that's there. That's an approach that I have taken and it's been working, thankfully, Amir.
Wow, beautiful. So let's go memory down the lane. What has been the most complex or interesting legal challenge you have tackled in your career, and how did you navigate it?
I go back to the same perspective of being a no department. You go to them and they say no. Every organization has that perspective. And also, what I see is the business teams might have lesser or limited time to listen to the legal team, right? How do
Mm.
you make them understand is something that is important for a legal professional. And also, one of the advice and suggestion I keep giving to my team is to make the response as crisp as possible. At the same given point of time, there is this funda that everyone comes up saying, "Hey, can you please reduce the legalese?" Right? And that's something that I have been focusing on. Uh, Also, one more advice that I keep giving to the team is the higher the um, stakeholder you're talking to, from the perspective of seniority or from the perspective of the business leads, the lesser time you have to explain. So, how do you concise and how do you take it forward is something that I have been focusing, and that's something that training goes into the team members every now and then, saying that how much story would anyone want to listen at the same given point of time, what is the impact you're trying to create with that minimal amount of time. So that's what works.
Wow. So, Renika, what do you think are the most critical traits every in-house counsel should cultivate in today's corporate world?
Ownership, reliability, and trust. These are the traits that they will have to have, because ownership is something that's going to bring in the partnership mindset and mentality. And reliability is something where they will always come back. I have seen people, the moment there is trust, they always come back. रेणुका, मैं यहाँ पे फंस गया हूँ, क्या करूँ? Yeah, this is something that's really, really complex. What do you think? In fact, sometimes to be, precise, people have come back and asked me, what is your woman side of the things telling this? What is your gut feeling, women gut feeling? That was a little funny for me, but otherwise, I think that's also something that people do rely on. But reliability and trust is something that people will have to build with each of their stakeholder, and they will have to coordinate to be efficient.
Yeah, very true. So, Renuka, now AI is impacting everywhere. How has AI impacted the work of corporate legal for tech and retail sector?
See, I want to remove the negative aspect of AI when I answer this particular question, because the way I view AI is it's going to enable you, and it's going to speed up your process. And also, it will have to be something that's going to be helpful. I would rather call it as helpful, being helpful, because eventually you will have to apply your mind. AI might give you all possible options, but it is you who is supposed to select what option is best, and that's going to make you efficient, right? In
Mhm.
the field of legal, I think it can help us legal professionals. I'm sure, Amir, you'll be able to relate to it. We are attending the meetings, and then we take back the action item of drafting or researching and then coming back. So how will all of this help us is AI might enable us to, draft something uh, efficiently or relevant kind of clauses. And that's what will make us speed up in our responses. That's how I look at AI for
Yes.
legals.
Wow. So, as head of legal at Reliance Retail, what does a day in your role typically look like?
I would definitely like to say that I'm a people person. The first thing I do is I tend to my team who is seeking my attention on any of the matter that's
Mhm.
to be resolved. sometimes also to their personal related aspects, because if they have peace of mind at home, and then they will be able to peacefully attend to their work as well. So I don't restrict myself only to work, but is there if there is anything I could help them with, then that's the first thing that I do. And then I tend to the business solutions. So uh, the prioritization is something that I have been believing in. What is it? What is the burning issue? I'll first attend to them, and then going to the larger issues that will require a lot more application of mind and interpretation and a lot other things.
Wow, beautiful. So, Renuka, if you could redesign any one legal or regulatory process in India to be more efficient, what would it be and why?
Uh, I think it's how the regulations are implemented, Amir. In these 20 and odd years, what I see is the regulations are passed, but the implementation do take time. While there have been consultations, and recently I've been seeing there is a lot of consultation that's happening with the industry players, I think there could be one more aspect of training the department who's actually going to implement the regulation, and also the industry players put together, saying that this is what our understanding and this is where we are coming from. And what else is pending, because then the clarification notifications might take lesser time for it to come out. That's what I would change.
Wow, beautiful. So, Renika, how do you see the Indian regulatory landscape evolving in terms of e commerce, data privacy, and tech related laws?
E-commerce has evolved, I think, Amir. 2015 is when I started e-commerce journey. 2025, I think it's evolved sufficiently, and there is enough clarity that is there, according to
Mhm.
me, because I think it's how you're interpreting. Being a legal person, what is the interpretation that is going into it is how the solution can come out now. The regulations are pretty clear now, except for one or two regulations which are yet to see any changes with respect to e-commerce or online business. Coming to data privacy, it's the very start of it. There's a lot to happen. There's a lot to really see, because everyone is talking about data, but what is the relevant data and what's the right data that is required? Because storing the data is also not an easy task. It's going to cost, right? Um, and it will see some changes. uh, Maybe in next coming 5 years there will be a lot more clarity what data is really relevant and what do we really want to process. That's where it is. And tech, I think it's evolved also.
Wow. So, Renuka, how has your leadership style evolved over the years?
There have been a constant working on my weaknesses and also my strengths. I used to get emotionally attached to my work, but at the same given point of time, I realizing that whatever project I would be working is not just my baby; it's also someone else's baby who is really running it, right? And what's my part of the contribution that I could make, and then I will have to exit. So exiting is something that I have worked on it. Giving it a closure and then exiting is something that I've worked on. And from a leadership perspective, there is constant working on emotional intelligence that I focus on. Also building the leadership within my team, because I believe in backup and I believe in independence, and in resolving the problems or owning it up, the ownership and the accountability. Because if you don't let the team operate on their own, uh, I don't think we will get the 100% efficiency or 100% results out of it. So that's the leadership style.
Wow. Okay. My next question is also related to that only, but it will be a last one for your professional journey round. What advice would you give to young women lawyers entering leadership positions in corporate legal team?
Um, See, initially, if you're saying that leadership, then there will be sufficient experience. If there is
That's
sufficient
correct.
experience, then I have been constantly telling every women leader that I meet is asking for help is so important. Uh, that for women leaders, there is one side of the family and the other side of work, right? And there is expectation also, the society expectation also, how the women leaders are really operating, and they do look up for women leader, and hence asking for help really is important and critical.
Wow, beautiful. Same, I just wanted to, yesterday I had conversation with Nayantara from ALMT. She also said about if you get overwhelmed or work pressures, take help, approach your seniors, they will
Yes.
empathize and help you.
No, even the younger generation, they are also very, very helpful. There are so many things that we
Ah,
can't really work on,
yes,
and they're the ones who can actually come and, honestly, my 15-year-old gives me a lot of, inputs when I'm trying to work on something. Uh, I don't think we should have that reservation to ask help, and we need not know everything. And this is something
yes.
that I have learned during my early stage of my career. I need not know everything. I can learn something that I need to learn, I need to understand. And that approach really helps. And that comes from asking, with the mindset of asking, uh, for some help from people around.
Wow, good. So let's go to next round and understand Renuka as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
Um, I'm married to an engineer. Everyone do ask me, why aren't you married to a lawyer? But no, I think I'm happy with an engineer. I have a lot more logical thinking coming in.
Yes.
At the same given point of time, I have three kids, um, 15, 7, and 3, two boys and a girl. The 3-year-old is a girl. um,
Mm.
a lot of uh, action back home the moment I come back home. And it's my parents who have been very helpful to me, including my in-laws. My mother-in-law is the person who is really enabling me, and who is the person behind all of my success, including my mother. That's how I define it.
Wow, beautiful. So let's go to your college days, Bangalore University. What are your memories and your experiences from there?
I think I enjoyed my college days very, very well and thoroughly. Um, Also, I remember, the struggle between the clash between my company secretary exams and my law graduation exams. That used to be a little bit of a tricky situation for me to handle, while all my friends used to be like, we are just focusing on the law exams. You're the one who is having tough time. So that's something that really comes back to my mind. But otherwise, I had a lot of fun during my college days.
Wow. Okay. So what does a weekend in for Renuka's life looks like when there is no laptop involved?
No laptop involved. My first one is in 10th grade. So the teenage and the mom arguments starts over there on
Mhm.
certain subjects. Uh, and then comes the second one, who is very much into the music, and I still train him on the music. And the
Mhm.
daughter is papa's girl, so she's all busy with him. She's giving me from some free time from that, but otherwise I can see that she's keeping him busy, and that's the reason I'm getting to spend time with my boys.
Wow. So what is hobby or interest which helps you to unwind and recharge?
Unwind and recharge is spending time with my kids as of now. There is recently I've developed this gardening hobby. That's basically because I see the connect between how the kids are growing and how the trees and the plants are reciprocating to me when I kind of start growing the trees and the plants. That's how it's going on.
Wow. So suppose Renuka, you get 1 week off from your work, no laptop, no colleagues calling, what would you do and why?
I'll be at home. I can put a boundary to the extent the garden extends, and I'll be at home. There's quite a lot of perception about working women, Amir, that we cannot handle back home certain things. But maybe I will call myself as a homemaker for a week's time, cook, clean things, do everything that a homemaker would do, and I still want to enjoy. That's what I will
Wow.
do for a week's time.
Wow. So, what's that one tradition or value from home that you still carry with you into boardrooms?
This is the principle that my father has kind of made me adopt, is that be on the right side of the things and say
Hmm.
what you need to say. But when you disagree and when you uh, commit till the end. So that's something that I go with the mindset to the boardrooms, and see what we need to say. We will have to say. We may disagree, but then once we commit for in order to achieve the larger picture, I think the commitment will have to continue.
Wow. Okay. Uh, so my last three questions. Uh, what are your plans for 2025 personally and professionally?
Personally, I think this time I may want to plan for a vacation. Once the 10th grader finishes his 10th. Um, and then professionally, I want to focus on learning something new. I'm still yet to decide what is it that I want to learn, but getting the time to learn something new is something that I need to plan as well.
Wow. So I'm adding one more. What's that book or movie or song which has left a lasting impact on you?
Um, See, nothing like that. I rarely read books because I have been constantly reading and constantly interpreting, constantly drafting. So music is something that I tend to listen to because my second son is also into music. So that's what we try to do, saying that what is the new song that the ma'am has taught you and how can I teach you, and that's something that's making me also learn music. That's where it is. So there is not a specific song. I can listen to every kind of music, and I can enjoy all types of music. But yeah,
Beautiful.
I go back to my childhood time. There are few songs that I will not forget.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So, Renuka, we have got a series at the Coffee Conversation Show, Sri Shakti. What does Sri Shakti mean to you?
Sri Shakti means uh, multitasking, and Sri Shakti means also to stand for other women and help other women.
Wow, beautiful. So, my last one is a googly one. Describe Renuka in one line.
Wants to be efficient all the time, and wants to be on the right side of the things all the time.
Wow. Okay. Let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round.
This is really surprising, huh? And this one is a surprise. You did not prepare me for
Your,
this.
your go to comfort food.
Um, Curd rice.
One superpower you wish legal professionals had.
To make people sit and listen to us.
A legal myth people always assume about lawyers.
That we always say no.
Okay. Leadership mantra in one word.
Partner.
Your favorite color.
Too many. Black.
Dream travel place.
I really don't know. This is something that I've left to Ravi, my husband, and my brother. I don't know. I still need to travel. I mean,
Okay.
Bali is my favorite place that I've traveled amongst all the other places. The next one is yet to come. This is something related to trekking. I'm little
Wow.
scared about.
Okay. Your a signature food dish.
Signature food dish, avocado toast,
Wow. Tea or coffee to recharge?
coffee, anytime.
Yeah, you're a coffee chef.
Yes,
Hmm.
but it's written tea here, but the coffee is on the other side.
So you did well, Renuka, and here's a book which we autograph and send to you.
Thank you.
So, Renuka, it's been truly inspiring to walk through your journey from the buzzing innovation corridors of Amazon, Intel, to leading legal strategy at Reliance Retail. Your reflection on regulation, resilience, and redefining leadership in the corporate legal world have given us a masterclass in what it means to be a future ready lawyer. So,
Thank you so much.
to our audience out there, if this episode left you thinking, questioning, or motivated, make sure you hit the subscribe button, share it with someone who needs to hear this. So, Renuka, it's a conversation like these that spark ideas, challenge norms, and remind us why we choose this profession in the first place. We will be back soon with another powerful conversation. Until then, stay curious, stay bold, and keep brewing ideas with us at the Coffee Corner Show. So, thank you, Renuka.
Thank you for having me, Amir. Thank you so much. This was really
Yeah.
fun.